Today is still June 23rd, 2026. You know, a lot of people are realizing how not funny this is. Because a lot of drug dealers could walk if the FBI don't pay me. You know, you get to thinking, why would they throw that in his face? Well, they know he stole the money. And see, this is where January 19, they told me to remember the truth. They'll try to plant lies. They'll try to steal everything you have in life. The agent is so corrupt, he'll try to steal your money. He's actually that corrupt. By May or June, April to June of 19, the Florida drug cartel, Judge Peter's group, was in Louisville, made themselves known. I have real heavy set Michelle and Lauren blonde girls were there, so they were stealing for them. They started talking about dating that agent. Is stealing for them, randomly showing up. Okay. 23, May to July, maybe August of 23. Forest Grove Drive in Akron. They show up. Tell everybody up there that agent is stealing for them. One is losing a lot of weight by them. October 4th, 23. Okay. Okay. They pull up next to me in Maslin. He promised to steal all the money for us. Okay. October 6, 23, Walmart 62, between about 7 and 9 in the morning. Some women show up. We talk to the police that work our case. So that girl that's running around saying that the guy stealing all the money from the case for her is one of the guys' girlfriend. He's been stealing all kinds of money. So she won't tell his wife. Okay. Last November, they're in Maslin AAA. They were talking about that girl getting a nose job and other stuff. Okay. All right. Now, my friend Grant has a friend that's an FBI agent out of state. He asked him about all this. He said if she honestly didn't get her money, the only one that could have stole the money from the case is that agent. And the only way he could steal it is he simply put the card where he loaded the money on it in his pocket. He just stole her card. He had somebody cover up for him and verify she got it. Every informant gets paid. And he even said he doesn't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. And only a judge in a jury trial or a grand jury, sequester jury is the only time a judge can put a gag order on you. It's a freedom of speech. It was only bullying her. Okay? An agent said that. Can't be in a court order. Okay? Where my friend Walter from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office used to work there, I told him what that agent said to me. Where, how he bullied me on the phone. He had already told the Apostolic Church of Barberton he knew I was being drugged, beaten, raped, and didn't care. Now I record a line how he met with all those church people and that family in his office. Knew they were trying to kill me because strangers lied to cover up Tim and Katie. Made it up in 03. Here it is, 2018. And made fun of me for some guy named Pete. I still never met him. Some dirty doctor I've never heard of. Made me beg for my life, list me informant, and then threatened me if I told. That he doesn't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. He's only a police officer. That's it. Police don't have the authority to tell anybody they can't say anything. He's just a hired police officer. It's a freedom of speech. It takes a judge and like a sequestered jury. No one can tell you can't say anything. Can't be in a court order. No judge could sign it. Sign their own arrest warrant. It was only bullying you, and the other police would know that. So they get away with this. Can't enter blackmail. You know, people have showed up. That agent said, I told her she can't say anything or she won't get her money and that's it. Well, then arrest him. He can't blackmail people. It's not in the court order. I've had investigators say, you know, did you pull the court order? It's not there. They said it couldn't be in the court order. They're lying it is. What is a jail sentence for an FBI agent telling an informant if they say something that they won't get their informant money? It's 20 years. Blackmail, extortion, tampering with a witness, tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, extortion out of government funds. It's 20 years. There's a jail sentence for a judge if they sign it, 10 to 20. And then the judge is made to pay the informant that money. What is a jail sentence for an FBI agent if they tell an informant if they say anything they won't have protection? It's attempted murder, aiding and abetting crimes, obstruction of justice, and tampering with a witness, 20 years. What's a jail sentence for a judge if they sign it? 10 to 20. Yeah. Can't be in there. It's ridiculous. I talked to a criminal attorney. He said he was only bullying you, and it's not in the court order. And he doesn't have the authority to say any of that. And it's illegal. These are federal crimes. What is a jail sentence for an FBI agent to allow an attorney's office to break in a private home, setting up button cameras in their home? 10 to 20. And it says underneath the collar and the eyes of the law, no one can take your constitutional rights away. It also says in the law what FBI agents cannot deprive anyone of their constitutional rights. That includes the freedom of speech. They can't silence you. You can't even say it. It's a federal crime. You have a right to privacy. You know, when the case first started, investigators were talking. That agent and that so-called attorney knew each other for the case. They were friends. And he knew better than to ever pick up my case. Some of the cartel said in 23 that he had problems with prostitutes. Now, think about this. That Michelle and Lauren worked for Judge Peters' group, human traffickers. They probably are prostitutes. One lost a lot of weight. Now, think about this. The only way you could steal my money is steal the debit card. Well, the only way she'd get it is if he handed it to her. The debit card in my name. So, think about what the cartel said. Now they know, why you got to think about what they're threatening. Where they said they wanted that agent to show up and explain himself, why those drug dealers got arrested when he said he didn't care what happened to her. And then they said, well, we're going to come for the case. We'll get it thrown out. He was defrauding her the whole time. He told on her for calling the hotline before he talked to her. He admitted on a recorded line he had everybody in his office. He bullies her. Makes her beg for her life, lists her informant. Then threaten her if she told, and he don't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet, and it's illegal. And then he left her there and stole her money. Well, he was defrauding her the whole time. You can't use fraud. So they told him, they left him a thing that they'll either stand up for that case that agent created with her, that it was a legitimate case, or we'll get it thrown out for fraud, and they'll have to pay her. And they have to pay her to make it legitimate. I talked to my friend Walter, he used to work at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. He said, absolutely, they can get it thrown out. The FBI needs to work swiftly and pay you and stand up for that case, or they'll get it thrown out. I Googled it, can they get it thrown out? It says yes. Because an FBI agent cannot deprive an informant of their rights. You can't tell, you can't say anything, you have a freedom of speech. You can't blackmail you. You can't threaten you. And then you think, why are they threatening him if he don't pay me? He already gave that girl my card. The money's not there. They know he don't have it. So they're threatening him with him stealing. Because you can't just make a card disappear with all that money on it if you gave it to your girlfriend and told him just to go use her card. The money's gone. That's why they're threatening him. He either pays her. The FBI pays her and stands up for their case. She's either a paid informant and they stand up for that case, or we'll get it thrown out for him defrauding her the whole time. They know the money's gone. He can't make it appear. Because otherwise, it'd just be sitting in my file. Send one of the sheriffs over with it. We'll go down to the courthouse and the Tuscarawas County Courthouse and stand up for him. Stand up for the case and it'll be done. We're sealed. But there's no card because he gave it to that girl. Agent John may have stole $10 million. Also from the government in my name. You need to look into that one too. Where Michael Peterson on Farmers. I was talking to him in 21. I already sent it into the FBI years ago and then again now. Text messages from him that he was dealing with Trekasami. He was bringing an oil tanker into the United States as a third party. Okay, we have sanctions against him. We didn't do trade. And bill of sale, letter of allegation, large money transfers, what airport he was leaving, what time, where he was staying down there, when the tanker was coming back, and the state that was buying the smuggled oil. I got all that out of him. I talked to a retired sheriff, showed him everything. He said, how stupid was he giving you all that? I kept going to him, I don't believe you, prove it. I don't believe you, prove it. I sent it in 21. And the FBI and police were already taping. Okay? Last I heard, Michael Peterson was stuck in Venezuela. They shut down his cards. Well, I sort of kind of emailed everybody. Okay? I was afraid there'd be drugs on it. One of the lady investigators said they called down for Michael Peterson's shipment. They said it wasn't legit. We'll look into it. Trekasami. 50 other people were arrested for selling oil out from underneath their country. I got the rest of it by December 21. He was arrested by the 1st of 24. It took him a while to get all of them all. I got a world terrorist arrested. Not bad for a little lady. They may have stole. There was a reward money leading to his arrest of $10 million. That agent and that girl may have stole $10 million. on top of my informant money. See, then you got to think they stole $10 million and they wouldn't give me my little $500,000. It's that serious. So where people show up, oh, that agent said she couldn't say anything and that's all there is to it. Well, what does the law state? You don't have the authority. It's a federal crime. Under the eyes and the color of the law, he cannot deprive an informant of any constitutional rights. And under the eyes of the law, if they don't pay me, it can get thrown out. See, they know where that girl said she got my money, the only way she get it is if he handed her my debit card. He don't have it, does he? That's where that cartel knows he doesn't have it. It's not just simply sitting in my file. It's gone. So that's what they're using against him. He stole it and gave it to his girlfriend. I want you to think about that. And they know that card's gone and the money's gone. That's why they're like, he'll either pay her or is he going to get the money? And stand up for that case. Because they know he can't pay me. Because he stole it. Just like what is a jail sentence for an FBI agent allowing an attorney to set up body cameras in a private home stalking someone? What is it, 10 to 20? Under the color and the eyes of the law. They cannot, FBI agents cannot take an informant's or anyone's constitutional rights away. FBI agents can't tell you can't say anything. It's a law. It's a constitution. They are not allowed to take constitutional rights away. Freedom of speech, right to privacy, no one can. Policing agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order. And they have to agree to protect someone. I've talked to a criminal attorney. They said the same thing. It can't be in a court order. Where that lady said, asked someone if they looked up the court order. It's not in there. They said it couldn't be. They're all lying it's there. I know they are. See, that's where in the beginning of the case they said that agent knew better and pick up my case. He knew the guy that did it to me. Conflict of interest. See, that's where, now think about this. Because people are coming in saying they're trying to kill me because somebody called you a faker in 03 and it's 2018. Those are baby words. And people say, it offended us. He called her a faker. You sound like a bunch of retards. But think how vile it is when an agent knows someone's being drugged, being raped, and doesn't care. He's a federal police officer. And the criminals come in with proof they're having them drugged, being raped. Photoshopped, washing. Now, does the FBI know that you can take words out of sentences, other sentences, tape over, and make you look like you said something you didn't? Yeah. Do they know about hypnotic drugs? Can induce sleepwalking? No memory, mental taste in your mouth? Yes. Do they know about other drugs that do it? Yes. See, that's where Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin, Want to know if our police were slow? Why didn't they arrest that agent the first day for the way he talked to you and for telling on you? He doesn't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet, and the police know that. And him not paying you and for stealing your money, are they slow? Nobody can be in your home. But protected custody cases with statements. Sheriff Joe in Florida was saying the same thing and then saying these people are pulling nothing but fucking shit. Drug confessions and photoshopping and washing and stocking tapes. Hmm? Hmm? And that agent pulling you? Oh, he's like, why hasn't your police arrested that agent for stealing your money and pulling you? They know he don't have the authority. We're Grant's friend, that's an FBI agent. Hmm? He is only a police officer, hire one. He doesn't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet, and it can't be in a court order. He was only bullying her, and all informants get paid. Hmm? If she didn't get paid, the only way he can steal from an FBI case is if that agent simply put that card with her name on it in his pocket and had somebody cover up that he handed it to her. He's probably been stealing from cases for years and he got caught this time. So do we want to, some officer want to do their sworn duty and arrest him? He's just another cop. Can a local officer arrest a FBI agent? Yes. Are they submittable to the FBI? No. They're all police officers. It's where you work. Now they start thinking of that. Why haven't they arrested him? Some of the police in uniform thought he was acting that way to get the drug dealers. Hmm? And then to find out he's just supporting his girlfriend that is a prostitute for the Florida drug cartel. Does the FBI know he's stealing taxpayers' money for a girl named either Michelle or Lauren in the Florida drug cartel? Caught under police surveillance with a court order. Huh? You know, June 10th, 26. I am in Bob Evans and Alliance. 4 people come in. Those people said that they drugged her when they talked to her. And we said, and where she wrote up or uploaded that as pharmaceutical torture. It's like a 50-year sentence to drug somebody up and talk to them. They laughed that they drugged her and told her to say it before. And they thought they could enter in those tapes in court without her. And she wouldn't know who stole her money. I want you to start thinking about this. How not funny this is. None of it is. You know, I called the hotline. Next day, the phone's ringing. They got me so drugged up, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I couldn't wake up. And see, that's where these people admitted from the first month of the case. Some little white man came up to me in front of the police and vets, had a big bruise the size of a lemon on my leg, throwing up that morning. Dad stabbed me in my sleep. Said, for every idle word you tell on us, I'll turn it on you. You try to leave Dave, I'll list you a child molester. I'm like, who are you? He's like, you know that bruise on your leg? It's like, yeah. And it's way up on my thigh. Can't see it. He said, I used sodium pentothal on you. You know what you said to me? You were wearing this one nightgown. You bent over in public once. They accidentally seen your butt, and you had a life of pain because of it. Try to leave Dave or list you a child molester for that. And other men where you had bruises before, throwing up and infected. It wasn't the well water, it was us. We were drugging you until you say this. We were drugging you until you say that. We photoshopped all our lives. Raised some guy named Chris out of the room. How they frame me, 18. Then May 25th, 21, 8-9, 21, December 9th, 21, January 19th, 22, February 2nd, 22, a drugs and told us it. And then August 4th, 25, as if Agent John didn't know they used hypnotic drugs on her. And they drugged her and told her to say it before. That's why she has no memory of those people. Had a mental taste in her mouth. August 5th, 25. As if Agent John didn't know they used hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before. That's why she had a mental taste in her mouth. No memory of those people. He told everybody he knew she was being drugged, beaten, raped, and didn't care if the case started. He even let him torture her. Is he some kind of coward? August 7th, 25, Walmart 62. Investigators, we got him taped again, admitting and drugging her and telling her to say it before. And now what drugs they used, and calling Agent John a coward. August 30th or 31st or 25, Summit Mall upstairs, my man answers the phone. It is documented and verified they used a hypnotic drugs on her when they drugged her and told her to say it before, and she has no memory of those people. That's why she had a mental taste in her mouth. Now, do you want me to go over the photoshopping and washing? From January 19, effeminate white people at the toilet in the other room, to March 1st or 3rd or 21, they put clips together, put her in a porn, it's not her, it's them, to what later on when you're describing is showering, washing herself in the shower, ha 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 ha, she figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon, and May 26th, 22 of the shower scene in the other room. Knitting framing me March 24th, 25, March 24th, 22. Or June 7th, 23. FBI Agent John fell for the stunt at tapes before. Oh, come on now. It was only a stunt. You're kidding me that FBI agent fell for that? It was only a stunt. You mean John fell for it? You mean that FBI agent John fell for the stunt at tapes before? Is that what's going on? Then his name and title and cackle and cackle. Walmart 62, Stark County Sheriff's. We all know they opened an informant case with her. Have us all watch her. Y'all know they made fun of Agent John for falling for this. This whole thing's a mess. Oh, he's stealing. I want you to think about that. Where they keep showing up, it's that idiot stealing her money. December 2nd, 22, Wendy's and Alliance at noon. Is that the one that church tried to have killed? Yes. Heard she didn't get no money out of this. No, it's the one guy from the case stealing every dime since the first day for himself. Get the idea. They know he doesn't have it. That's where the ultimatum they either pay or the case gets thrown up. He already took and gave the money out. You don't have it. You stole it. And they know it. That's where the ultimatum. Get it? Now, think about this. I called the hotline. Next day, the phone's ringing. I can't even wake up all the way. Let it go to voicemail. Later on, I wake up and I'm so drugged up. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm doubled up, trying to get to the bathroom, get to the refrigerator, got back in bed. Listen to the voicemail. This is Agent. Did it call me back? I can't. I fell back to sleep. Second day, I'm not much better. Third day, I made myself get up. Sitting on the front porch, holding my head, I feel drunk and I don't drink. What is wrong with me? They were drugging the hell out of me. Got enough air in my face, called one of my witnesses I gave the hotline. Said she'd witnessed. I went out and bought a card, put that agent's number in it, dropped it off at the mall at her work. Manager put it in a locker. Went up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. Paul Paymer got into his face. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there. I walk off as he's screaming, how dare you bring the FBI up here with threats on her life. Women come in and or come up to me. He knows she's being drugged, being raped. He said he didn't care. I'm covered in bruises, lost 18 pounds, severe personal infection. And I thought it was a well water killing me because it was orange and chunky. Here it just had rust and iron in it. I go in and I sit down and they follow me. He knows she's being drugged, beaten, raped, and he said he didn't care. And she was going to be faking. She was sick while that family was grieving. And da-da-da-da, and what's going on. Okay? Dave comes in, let's go. Get out of the truck. You called the FBI on me. I had to kill you myself. And he goes for a loaded gun. I put my hand on the console. He beat me all the way home. I almost jumped out on the highway. Ran from him when I got home. Next morning, river tears. I called that agent back. I tell him someone told on me. You liar. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me in a giant. He calls me a liar, starts screaming and about a camera above the bench. I don't know. You say you're a liar and I'll arrest you. I said, well, you tried to kidnap me before. And before I could say Terry Coberly seen him, he said, oh, come on now. Even if a church person seen him, they wouldn't verify it. I met with that family in my office, the one that lost their kid in a traffic accident. Now, it's 2018, it's 03, when that traffic accident happened that I had nothing to do with. Her father was speeding at a high rate of speed, ran a stop sign into a semi, killed himself and their son. Okay? He murdered their son. I wasn't even there. And they confessed March 27th, 25 to an FBI agent. They were all in there lying. It never offended them. Didn't even concern them. They were just lying to help them get away with it. Okay? So all those church people were in there lying to the FBI. Okay? So how he met with that lying family. All those church people had him in his office. Knew they were trying to kill me, where Strange made up a lie calling me a faker 6 months after an accident I had nothing to do with. Okay? When he thought I was following his son with his mistress, Katie, and it was my sister following her husband. He took it out on the wrong person. Made up that baby lie on me. Got rid of me real quick. Okay? He said, I know they're trying to kill you. And he said, Stranger's liar called me a faker to cover up Tim and Katie. I said, I really was sick before. You liar. Was there a camera above the bench or not? I don't know. You say you're a liar, I'll put you in jail. I'll come up there and arrest you. You hear me? Now say that, I'll put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. Tampering with a witness and obstruction, badgering. Then he says, I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. I told you what was wrong with me. I almost died. I said I really was sick before. It's strange as life. 15 years before. It's 2018 then. And I said, I really was sick before. He's like, I've met with that family in my office that lost their kid in that traffic accident, the one that her father murdered her kid, the one that said that they were lying to the FBI later on. And everybody was in there lying to them. Those people, the big liars. Now I know they're trying to kill you. And he says, strangest lie of calling me a faker. Cover up Tim and Katie. I said I really was sick before. He's like, you need to realize what you've done, and I don't blame him for trying to kill. Conspiracy to commit murder, honey. Aiding and abetting it. On a recorder line. I said I really was sick before. You either say it or I'll leave you there, but they're going to kill me. So they've tried to kill me. So say it or I'll leave you there. Please don't let them kill me. That's say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, fine, don't let them kill me. They're sending this out to police departments trying to get my case thrown out. Like Walter said, if they do not pay you soon and move swiftly, they do not stand up for that case, it will get thrown out, and every drug dealer will walk. Because they're getting them for defrauding me. Okay. I Googled it. It will get thrown out. And every drug dealer will walk if they don't pay me and stand up for that case. Okay? And they can sue for tens of millions of dollars each. Cost the government billions. Okay. So, he said, give me a real reason why the FBI should help you. And I said, well, they're trying to kill me, Sal. They've tried to kill me, Sal. And the other agent said, well, we could always use Pete's tape or Weird with Yourself. I don't even know who he is. I still don't. I said, what are you talking about? I don't even know who you're talking about. He's laughing. Stop. She don't know. Says something about him again. Still don't know what you're talking about or who you're talking about. He's laughing at me. Stop. She don't know. Well, I bet you're going to say you don't know anything about this doctor for sexual disorders of one of your brother. That's disgusting. At that point, I wanted to yell at him, why don't you stop lying? And then I thought, what if it was that lady that used my insurance? Half my medical bill records are hers. I thought, well, maybe it's one of hers. No, it's just a scam. I said, I don't know who or what you're talking about. Stop. She don't know. He starts laughing again. Well, that's why they made a public fool out of you. Okay? He said, give me a real reason. I told him about my brother-in-law, Craig, that died working for the government under Dick Cheney. And he said, first of all, have you talked to any law enforcement about any threats on your life? I said the only 2 officers I ever talked to in August of 18, we only had 3 cameras on the outside only. Front porch, back porch, side yard. Nothing inside. There was a light at midnight. I called 911. They came out. They said it looked like an alien orb, angry spirit. And it told me to buy a dog and let a dog handle it. They won't bother. You're kidding, right? I said, no. Matter of fact, I've never even had my neighbors in my home. I've only had family repair guys, installation guys, and those 2 LA officers. Is that what's going on? Do you know if Dave's cheating? I said, I've never caught him. He's laughing. He said she never caught him. December 9th, 18, Dave verified I never caught him. So why is that funny? Because it's not. Okay? So what else did he say? He said I could take you somewhere and leave you with no money. I don't have money to start. Well, if you agree to get information on Dave and the churches, I can open an informant case. I can do that. He said, it comes with so much money a month. I'm loading it on the card today. He said, you'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again for work in this case. And only for you would we ever do this for. We always put it back as if it never happened. You can't be legally charged for anything again for work in this case. Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. But if you try to tell someone that FBI won't help you, what did the law state? That is a federal crime of attempted murder. You cannot withhold protection from any U.S. citizen in any jurisdiction, 14th Amendment. FBI agents cannot deprive anyone of constitutional rights. And it's attempted murder, tampering with witness, obstruction is 20 to life. Can't be in a quarter because they're those crimes. And what is the jail sentence for an FBI agent? If he tells an informant if they say anything, they won't get their money. It's extortion. It's blackmail. Tampering with a witness, obstruction of justice. And underneath the eyes of the law, an FBI agent cannot take anyone's and cannot take an informant's rights away from them. They cannot take any of their constitutional rights away. That includes freedom of speech. We live in the United States. No man can tell you can't say anything. No man. But a judge and a sequestered jury. Nothing else. Grand jury, something like that. And only while the proceedings are going on. Only police officers. They can't even say it. It's a federal crime. Where everybody said he was only bullying you to help them get away with it. That's all he was doing, was bullying. It's not the court order. Can't be. What would be the jail sentence for a judge signing or something like that? 10 to 20 years, and the judge would have to pay me. You can't withhold protection. It's 10 to 20 or 20 to life. Attempted murder. No judge can sign that. Can't take my constitutional rights away. Not even a judge. Get the idea? No one. Judge can't take your freedom of speech away outside a sequestered jury. Grand jury. They can't. They go to jail. Get the idea? Last month they said they found the court order. It's not in the court order. It's just the money and immunity for working the case. I know. He's only been bullying me. Bullshitting everybody. If you try to tell someone, I'll tell people you're crazy, the FBI won't help you. Those are federal crimes, honey. But if you need help, the chief of police of Canton is my best friend, and he'll make sure they can't. Police always protect you. That's why Walter was chuckling. The police know they can't go along with any of that. But you're an informant with money and immunity. That's it. That agent's just a police officer. He is only a police officer. Hire one, but that's it. You don't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. Police know that, and they can't go along with it. Can't be in a court order. No judge can sign it. Get the money and immunity for working the case for the rest of your life, and they owe you. You risk your life to get the government information, and they owe you for the rest of your life. You say an immunity for the rest of your life. Can't bully you into false statements. He's just bullying you the whole time. But that money and immunity, the only thing he did legal was list you informant with money and immunity. And it's for working the case. Grant's friend, that is FBI agent. Hold on. Plug this thing in. Like he said, the only way you can steal from an FBI case is